Jaji to talk about hypnotherapy. Over to you, Jaji.
Thank you so much, Mehulji. Welcome everybody from the Wellness Leaders community and from the rest of the groups as well to this talk today. So we are going to discuss today basically about the hypnosis and the importance of hypnosis. Many have heard about it. So now let me just share the screen to help you understand what it is in detail. Can you just let me know if you can see my screen?
Yes, it is visible.
Thank you. So, holistic healing hypnotherapy. So, the name itself suggests that the healing happens to an individual or at the soul level in a holistic way, be it physical, mental, emotional, or financial or whatever. So, the healing happens in a holistic way, but through hypnosis. So, that is why the name holistic healing hypnotherapy. And yeah, we have just heard about me, so I don't want to drain out through my introduction. So, what are we going to learn about holistic healing hypnotherapy is understand hypnosis. There are lots of myths around hypnosis that, during hypnosis, we access all your bank accounts, or there are so many things that you will get to know that, yeah, not everybody is for hypnosis, all these things. So, let us understand hypnosis in detail and let us understand the law of karma. What is the law of karma and what do you understand what it actually is? And third thing is holistic healing hypnotherapy, what all the branches that it covers for an individual. Okay, so and what are the benefits of it? And how to approach to this session, and what is the program that we are offering to you, and happy stories that we have people who have already gone through this hypnosis sessions from my team. They can share their stories or you can ask for your questions. This is in brief what it is all about. Now, to understand hypnosis, we all go through hypnosis every day. People think that this is not for us, but we all go through hypnosis every day. And how? When? We go through self hypnosis every day during the night time before going to bed and just soon before waking up. The state that we call, before going to sleep and before waking up is called somnambulistic state or theta state. Okay, so we go through it every day. So sometimes what is this hypnosis is called? It is the induced level of trance that a person can go into so that they can access their shortcomings, best things, past lives, karmic imprints, blueprints, anything. Okay, so during this state, we induce a person through certain commands. Okay, and this is entirely safe because unless until you decide to go through into trance or go through the hypnosis, we cannot hypnotize you. This is the known fact to any hypnotist. Okay, because all hypnosis is self hypnosis. For example, why I'm telling is all hypnosis is self hypnosis and we all go through it every day. When you're watching a TV or when you're watching a movie, for example, and there is an action scene or a drama scene that is going on in the movie, and at that time all your focus will be on the scene and the persons and the emotions, all the drama that is going in the movie. You will not go and watch the frame of the TV. You will not go and watch what is beyond the TV, the wall of the TV, because it is forgotten. Now the focus is on only the drama that is going on the TV screen. So at the same time, this is nothing but self hypnosis. This is nothing but hypnotic trance. Okay. And when you're reading a book, Most of the times people do not even hear people calling them while they're reading a book. They're so much engrossed into the book and the stories that they don't hear anybody calling them also at most of the times. And that is also called hypnotic trance. And why am I telling this? Because you induce hypnotic trance unto yourself by you. We are not doing anything there, right? It's only you that is present in that scene. So you're already inducing hypnotic trance onto you. So that is why we call all hypnosis is self hypnosis. And when you're going to sleep, nobody is standing beside you and telling you, giving you commands to go to sleep, right? Every day we go to sleep and same time we wake up. We don't, nobody will come and stand except for the alarm ring. There will be nobody to, nobody will come and stand and tell you that, okay, you wake up now, you are waking up now. No, nothing such thing happens. You just wake up. So we get through the hypnosis 2 times a day. And how different is this hypnotic trance and sleep? Is hypnotic trance same as sleep? No, because hypnotic trance is only certain state of brain waves or the certain state of consciousness that helps you access the memories. Okay, we are all full of memory. Every cell is full of memory. We are all made up of DNA and every cell is full of memory. And to access that memory, we need this state called somnambulistic state. Okay, delta, deep sleep state. Theta, somnambulistic state, where if you have noticed, you will be in one kind of trance during your sleep, or you when you wake while you are waking up, then you will also hear noises coming around, but you're also dreaming, you're in the dream, at the same time you're conscious about all the surroundings, right? It doesn't mean that your surroundings are disappearing. It doesn't mean that all the noises are disappearing. It only means that you're focused on something else with certain state of trance, and that is called somnambulistic state, and that is different. And when you are deep into sleep, you don't hear anything, right? You don't hear anything, you don't dream, and that is a different state. That is called delta state. Okay. And how is this hypnosis different from meditation? During meditation, we reach to the alpha state. I'll go to the brain states soon after this slide. You will understand what it means.
Sanjay sorry to interrupt you in between.
Yeah.
We could able to see the first slide only, understanding the hypnosis. I'm not
Yes,
sure whether
yes,
you
it
have.
is. Yes, yes, it is. We are there itself.
Okay,
So
yeah.
if you see here, we are in hypnosis and meditation. Okay, we are going one by one. What is hypnosis and understanding the hypnosis, and how is it different? Is hypnotic trance and sleep, and how hypnosis is different from meditation. Hypnosis is like, in hypnosis, the somnambulistic state of trance is nothing but the delta state of your consciousness. Whereas your meditation is the alpha state, which is slightly less than your hypnotic state. In alpha state, you cannot manifest things the way you manifest things in the delta state. Okay, if I go back here, the alpha state is much relaxed state when you're listening to music, all these things. And that is where you tap into your meditation also. Very less people, yogis, munis, tap into the theta state during their meditations. Okay. And there are few of us also tap into the theta state, where in this state you can access the memories. If you have heard some of the people telling that I've been seeing my past lives in my meditation. Why? Because they are tapping into the theta state even in meditation. But otherwise, meditation is limited to alpha state for most of the population. But for some, theta is a gifted state to them. So, but for hypnosis, we tap into this theta state. We tap into this theta state every time you go into hypnosis. So, you may ask that can't we do the things that we are doing the things in hypnosis in meditation? No, because in alpha state, your mind is still intervening. Okay, your mind is still intervening and it is directing, maybe sometimes not in the direction it has to direct you. But in the theta state, we are the facilitators providing you the guidances. So you will go through the deepest states and we will help you go in the direction where you have to head to. And that is why here in the theta state, you will have access to lot of subconscious memory. Okay. And in alpha state, you will have access to only limited amount of subconscious memory. That is the difference between the meditation and hypnosis. And myths on hypnosis. All of you have heard about hypnosis, that, oh no, if somebody says hypnosis, now the awareness has been growing. But even in my childhood, if somebody says hypnosis, it is for only psychological patients. If somebody says hypnosis, in my childhood, what I used to think myself is that there is something that is very wrong and they will take all the information from me. They might also, snatch anything and everything, take the secrets from me. All these things is something that I used to think also. But in hypnosis, because this all hypnosis is self hypnosis, we cannot extract any information other than what you wanted to tell. Meaning, if there is a very secretive relationship, okay, unless until you want to work on it, even though we go into the hypnosis, you will not reveal it. If you want to work on it, that would be the first thing that you would reveal it to us. And that is, I mean, this is, I'm just giving you an example. Okay. And the second, and one more thing that people ask is, can I be hypnotized? Yes, you can be hypnotized. Do I have ability to go into the deeper states of trance? Yes, you have all the abilities to go into the deeper state of trance, because hypnosis is natural to us. Being in hypnotic trance is natural to us. It is not something that we are not aware of in any time of our life. Okay. Now let us understand what are these brain states. So, when there are four different consciousness or states of brain that we usually operate, okay, and this is the waking state, beta state. I'm talking, you're listening. That's it. You're not applying your mind, or sometimes you're thinking, and uh, this is nothing but the beta state. What we both are in now is the beta state. And when you are silently listening to the music, or when you are doing puja, or when you are in a relaxed state, you are looking into the sky and being with nature, is all the alpha state, or when you are meditating. And theta state is the pre-sleep or post waking up state, or pre-waking up state, you may call it as, or somnambulistic state. And in this, as I said, this state happens to everybody 2 times a day, to all the people who sleep, even though through pills or even though naturally. Because when we are slipping into our sleep, there is one state we relax ourselves. We relax the entire body without our knowing. Even though you are thinking, even though you are watching a lot of reels, at some point your brain gets tired, your eyes gets tired, and then they close automatically, and you start slipping into the sleep. And that is called pre-sleep state or somnambulistic state, and that is called hypnotic state. And delta. What is this delta? Regenerative state, deep sleep state. If you have noticed, some of us dream, okay, and these dreams come true when people say that when you are dreaming in the early mornings, like, if the dream is coming in the early morning, 3 to 4 or 4 to 5, something, they say that these dreams come true. Why? Because that is the regenerative state or your manifesting state. Okay, that is when you manifest. And that is when you also tap into the future. And that is why we see that. We see things happening to us, and they are all indications to something or the other. Okay, that is the delta state or deep sleep state. And regenerative state happens at what time? 10 night 10 to 12 is the regenerative state. That is also when our body relaxes deeply, and that is when our body, after theta first becomes alpha, then theta, then delta. When you come into the delta state, from 10 to 12 means you have to sleep at 9. then this state will regenerate all the cells in the body because your mind is in the regenerative mode. Okay, this is all about the brain states. So we will also understand what is this conscious, subconscious, and unconscious, because these are three important states of consciousness that helps you understand what holistic healing hypnotherapy work like. The conscious state is nothing but your beta state. Defines all thoughts, actions within our own awareness. You do all your things in the morning, all the routines come into this conscious state. Okay, and subconscious state, the subconscious state is like, all defines all the reactions and the automatic actions. I tell you, within the routine, okay, within the routine, even though you forget, you tend to do the things exactly the same way as you do it every day. Meaning, if you are driving a car, for example, now you have to go to a different place. Okay. Now today every day you tend to go to a temple and then go to an office, for example. Or if you're going to some place every day for a prayer and then you go to office. Now today you decided that you have to go to office, but you've been listening to songs, or you've been diverted by the traffic, or you've been diverted by a phone call. Then what do? Instead of going to your office directly, you end up going to the temple, because subconsciously it is programmed that you have to do this every day. That is why, so your subconscious has taken the front seat, pushing you to the back, and it has driven you to the temple. So that is where, how the subconscious mind works. It has all the information that we have from this birth and the previous births, and ever since that we have taken the human form or the plant form or the animal form, whatever it is, it has all the information. Okay, so unconscious mind is something that we have not access to. This is the mind that, however hard we try, we cannot remember those things. So that is the unconscious mind, and most of the memories that are in the subconscious mind will also be there in the unconscious mind. So accessing subconscious mind is enough for us, because that is where we say that, people going into coma, they wake up and they don't remember anything. But for some who have gone to the near death experience, they have a different memory, but within this coma state they will not have the memory. But beyond that coma state, if they are going to the near death NDE experiences, they will have a different level of memory. So what in just that we are going to understand from this states of consciousness is, our conscious mind is only 10%. Even though we are 100% preoccupied with the conscious mind as we think during the day, it is only 10%. Our 90% of our belief systems, emotions, habits, values, protective reactions, whatever, intuitions, everything is subconscious. Okay, only the logical thinking, willpower comes into the conscious mind. All the actions that we do comes into the conscious mind. Rest is all subconscious. We believe in a system, like, however somebody comes and breaks that belief, it is hard for us to break that belief because it is subconsciously programmed. Okay, so this is all about the states of consciousness. Now, what is karma? Do anybody would want to tell about karma? Is okay. Okay, if anybody would want to talk about it, is good. What do you understand by karma? Okay, karma to most of us is the cause and effect. Okay, meaning how people interpret is, most of the time, that whatever we do comes back to us, which is correct. But whatever we do comes back to us in the exact same way? No, that is not right. Meaning, if we have murdered somebody, or maybe that's a big word, Maybe if we have hurt somebody today, it is definitely going to come back to us. But it is not going to come back to us that somebody comes back physically. That is not necessary. It may or may not happen. Okay? So when we talk about this karma, we need to talk about past life, because this is so much related to our past life and ever since that we have taken birth on this Mother Earth. Now, when we are talking about past lives, we should be, some of you may or may not believe, but now people have started believing that we lived in the past, we lived in we are living now, and we will live in the future also. So it is not any hypothetical situation that we don't live in the past. We have lived in the past. We lived so many times in the past, and we have gathered so many lessons into our soul blueprint that we have come into this life, and we are living the life the way we are living, which is why we are the way we are today. Okay. And now, the karma, if we say coming from the past, okay, how is this accumulated from a soul level? In the soul level, we can go very much deeper into this topic of karma, but not for today. I'll explain you on a broader perspective. We are, suppose we as a soul, we change our bodies, right? Yesterday, or maybe in my past life, I have one body, and now I'm a female. In my future body, I could be a male or somebody else, right? So I am changing my costumes called bodies life after life. When I am in the other costume, I have gathered some lessons. I call karma as lessons, because when this word karma is taken, many people get scared. It brings about lot of fear consciousness into the humanity. But do not be scared. This is not fear consciousness. Let us not look at it with the fear consciousness. Let us look at it with awareness, understanding from a lesson perspective. Okay. So when I have born, I have taken birth as a human, I started understanding my environment, and I started creating some deeds, or I do lot of work maybe, and I have created good, bad, all the karmas, meaning all the deeds I have done, good, bad, and all the different karmas, all the deeds gathered in a big bag. Okay, now 10 lives are over. The bag increased. 20 lives are over, much bigger bag. So I have, say, a very big bag of accumulation of these deeds or lessons, so called karma, called Sanchita karma. Okay, now this Sanchita karma, this is, now I have this much. Now I have a soul group. Whenever I have taken birth as a baby soul, we have soul evolution also. Like, I'm a baby soul, I'm a adolescent soul, I'm a young soul, and I'm a mature soul. We go in the soul evolution in the 7 different stages. But now I'm a baby soul, for example. Now I have gathered some more babies along with me, and I say that these are all my soul group. Or I pick up like, okay, I don't need only babies. I need some of the young souls. I need some of the mature souls. I need some of the old souls. I need some of the evolved souls. And I say that I create a circle around me. When I stand in the center, I create a circle around me. That is called my immediate soul group members. And some of the people stand another circle around the smaller circle. They are the farther soul group members, but we are all fall into the same soul group. So I have this soul group. Now I say that I want to learn the lesson of discipline, or the lesson of no anger, or lesson of overcoming jealousy or whatsoever. I say that I want to learn this. Can some of you help me learning this? Okay. Now, other people who also have their karmas, who also match with my karma now, say that, yeah, hey, I am ready, because my my lesson is also falls in the same lines. Now that we can both work together and learn the lesson. So we both, what do you do? We both, or we a group members or a family or a group members, what do? We make that big bag. Out of that big bag, we take a small portion of it called prarabdha karma. Okay, because they have they are ready to fruit. They are ready to fruit. All these karmas or all these deeds, all these lessons are now ready because I have my soul group who can accompany me to learn these lessons. Now, that people along with me, we all carry our own prarabdha or small bags along with us, and we come down here on the earth. We take birth. And now we forget, right? We forget until unless we come into a process like this, we are not aware. What do? A situation comes with the same person who have accompanied me saying that you learn this, I learn this. And the situation comes, I get triggered. And that person also gets triggered. Okay, because we are not aware. We get triggered. And instead of clearing that up, we brought this much big bag. Instead of clearing that up, we create much bigger circle around it and we say that, Acha, this is my small bag which I came to clear, but this much I have accumulated on top of it, which is coming, which will be fruitful in the upcoming years or upcoming lifetimes, and that is called agami karma, the seeds of future consequences. Okay, that is called agami karma. So this is how we do not learn our lessons. So now that if I get back to see what I have carried, what did I do to have what lessons that I have brought in my soul blueprint or soul plan coming down along with my soul group members, if I get to know that, then with that awareness, I will stop creating this agami, which is my future karma or future lessons, and also clear my prarabdha, right, with all that awareness. So which is why this karma is very important. It is nothing but law of balance. For example, I have killed somebody in my past life, and that person have died with lot of pain. It doesn't mean that the same person will come and kill me in this birth. That doesn't work like that. It happens, maybe, okay, that person comes. But in my living life, he makes my life hell, which is equal to death, living for the entire life. Unless until I realize I have done something to this person, which is why my lesson is taking a toll on me and I'm not learning it, that I have to let this go. Even though he's giving me the pain, I have to close the account with him by going by understanding what had happened to me or what have I done to him or her, so that we close this account. Otherwise, this keeps on going. This is called betrayal cycle. I betray you, you betray me, you betray me, I betray you. This is called betrayal cycle. This keeps on going until unless that person takes a step, one of them takes a step to let go, forgive, and come out of that cycle, break that pattern. Unless you will keep on seeing that pattern within the same life and life after life. This is all about karma. We'll go to the next slide. And now, what is holistic healing hypnotherapy? All that hypnosis, what is hypnosis, understanding hypnosis, brain waves, and consciousness and karma helps you to understand this slide. Holistic healing hypnotherapy covers past life. We have spoken about past life and how our karma impacts or how our lessons that are left over from there are brought into here, and how we understand that, how to interpret the lessons that we have is through past life. Within the same life, most of us go through abuses, most of us go through resentments, most of us go through unwantedness, loneliness, all that comes from our childhood. Many of us do not might not have studied well, so we may push our kids so strongly that, you have to study well because I could not do it. Where is it lying? Where is the seed lying? It is not with the kid, it is within you, because you could not study well in your childhood, because that is your childhood memory that is not released, which is why you're not letting your kid learn the way they have to learn. So you will have to go to inner child of yours and release that, so that it makes your life, your present day life, fruitful and more beautiful. And there is parts therapy. This parts therapy meaning what? Most of us are, we are all combination of parts, as we said, parts of anger, parts of resentment, parts of anxiety, fear, all these things. Okay, now when we talk to the particular part within you, when you are in trance, we do all these things. When you are in trance, when I put you in trance, and when I talk to the angry part of you, you might tell that this part, this angry is because you're being protected. Okay, so for example, there is a lady that who has come, and she has gone through this holistic healing hypnotherapy, and she was not able to go into the session. When it spoke to her, she was very scared. That's fear. She was very scared. When I said, why are you so scared of? What is this scare giving you as a personality? This scare is not letting her go into the session, meaning this scare is giving her some kind of protection. Okay. So when I told her, scare doesn't need to be protection for you. Instead of, I give you a pill of protection, and that will help you to be protected in the entire session, so you don't have to be scared and you can go into the session freely. That's when immediately she went into the session. So these are different parts of us which stop us from doing from what we used to do or what we do in our daily lives. Most of us cannot do public speaking because their throat chakra, this energy center in the throat, is blocked, because there is a lot of fear consciousness there. So when you work on the fear consciousness, this gets released and they start speaking well. And then this role change and soul group counseling. I'll talk about it in a little bit detail, because this is one of the strongest areas that people see a lot of benefits coming from. So there are, I mean, for the karma to get released, or for the pattern to be break or broken between two people, this whole group counseling is needed. Meaning, when you're in trance, and when I understand that, your family members are causing a lot of trouble to you, you cannot avoid them but to go through the trouble. Okay, then we call upon the family members, and we call upon, I mean, they are, their consciousness or their higher selves are being called upon in the trance, into the session, without their physical presence. We just call them. Suppose if I have a problem with one of my friends, and when I am in the trance, and I am in the trance, and my friend is also here, he or she will say, there is a role change. Like when I say that, talk like this person, talk like your father, talk like your mother, they will start talking, and they will reveal, like that consciousness will take the body and lips and mind of the person lying down, and they talk, saying that this person has done this to me, so I am doing this to her. Okay, and the soul group will also have different lessons. This is the lesson that I have to learn, she's not understanding or he is not understanding in the session. So we call the group, and I speak to all of them and I counsel them. No, this is, if you not come out of this bond, you will never be able to learn the lesson. So you will have to break this bond and be in harmony with the person that is lying down, and then you can get into the lesson learning mode, and it becomes easy for both the parties. Many have seen the benefits after doing this whole group counseling in the sessions. Soul entrapment. Soul entrapment is very important thing. It so happened that in one of the sessions, like there was a fire accident in the previous life, and in the fire accident, the person who has gone through the session didn't go through the death well. They have to go through the death properly. We all have to go through the death properly. Many of us might not have gone through that, and we are not aware of it also. If we do not have gone through our death properly, our soul is stuck there. For example, there was a fire accident that had happened to that person, and he was stuck there because he was not expecting that. The soul was not prepared for the death. Okay, and in this life, that soul is not complete. It was entrapped there. Most of the emotions, so it is like lot of fear. Look, they can't, he or she can't look at the fire. They are very scared of the gas. All these things have happened. And when we saw that, this death was not processed properly, we processed the death. We put that person into the trance, and we went into that time frame where the death was not processed properly, and we have released that person or that soul, entrapped soul, clearly, and merged with the current one. Then this person is now doing fine, doing all their whole household chores. So that is the soul entrapment. This can happen to any of us. We do not know. So only during the session we get to know. And then soul splits. It also might happen. I have seen recent cases for one of the doctors in Chennai. She had gone through a car accident, very unexpected one. She had lost her mother, and her brother was in ICU. And when we did the session, there was no past life that had come, but this incident had come. This particular accident had come. She regressed into that incident where she could see that her mom's soul was split, her brother's soul was split, and her soul was split, meaning it became two, three different parts. So, what did we do? We brought about all these splits, and to make the soul complete, to merge with the existing one that is lying down there, then she could feel more better. Okay. And her brother, who was in ICU, started recovering very quickly. And her mother would have gone to light. So, in one particular case, three things have happened just because of the soul split, because that accident was not expected. This had happened to them. And regression to the womb is very important for all of us women. Most of us women, uh, there will be a roller coaster ride during our pregnancy. Not everybody will have a smooth pregnancy. Not everybody will have a wonderful delivery. Okay. So during our pregnancy time, if we have lot of emotional imbalances, they would pass on to the baby. No matter how much you stop, they would definitely pass on to the baby. And this baby, when they come out, they carry our emotions. And we feel thinking that he's like me, she's like me, but you have given them your emotion. For example, if it is a good emotion, it is well and good. But for example, if you are timid, if you are scared to talk to anybody, express your feelings upfront, then your kid will also have that. And when your kid also have that, you think that, Array, my kid is also like that. But where is it coming? Is it of kids or is it of you? It is of us. And it is not of kids. They are carrying it for us. Right? So it has to be released. So it doesn't mean that your kid has to go through the process. You have to go through the process, and you claim back all that emotions that you have given to the kid which are not good for him or her, and then you release them. That's when you will see that the actual nature of the kid is more dominant than your emotions, and they will start flourishing. That is called regression to the womb. Most of the times, our own experiences or our own emotions are not of us, our mothers. So we will also have to release it from us and give it back to our mothers, or give it into the universe and transform into light. This is nothing, this is regression to the womb. And spirit releasement. I have two sessions like this where the person is lying down and he is not going into trance, and the other one is she is also not going into trance. These two people are not going into trance. And when I was talking, they were feeling like there is somebody else, somebody else, somebody else. And I asked, I did the role change and I asked that somebody else to speak. They started speaking, saying that I am with this person for so and so years, for so many years, and I have come from here and I didn't go to light. But this person who is lying down is not doing well in terms of his or her emotions. So I have stuck to his aura or her aura, and I'm living, feeding on their energy. So, which is why I'm not letting them, because if I come forward, you will send me to light. You will not give me the food that I am eating every day. So now that they had the compulsion to come forward and they had spoken, I had to send them to light, because the spirits, what we see around us without our knowledge, they also deserve the same respect as we do, because they don't have the body, they don't know how to go into the light, but they are hanging around. So when we release them into light, they give lot of blessings when they are going, and those blessings, trust me, change our life. Okay. And the one is called family karma. Family karma. This is a very big topic altogether, or a family constellation is a very big topic altogether. But in the sessions, what happens is, in one of the sessions, okay, one of the lady has gone through black magic. Okay, one of the lady has gone through black magic. When we did session for her, she is her own great grandfather who has taken birth, meaning the great grandfather in the hierarchy has taken birth like her now in this generation. And what happened to that great grandfather? In that time, in that generation, the great grandfather's son married a lady, and that lady performed black magic because she wanted all the wealth, but she was not given all the wealth. So she performed black magic, and also she was not allowed to marry his son, the great grandfather's son. She was not allowed to marry him because of all her deeds. So she gave curse that I will destroy three generations of yours. So, to protect the generations, the great grandfather has taken birth again, like this girl, and always going through such processes. And she herself is a healer. So, she is pushing all these things back, clearing all these things back. And in these sessions, there is a lot of healing that happens. So, she is getting rid of it. This is the last generation. So, such things happen. And once it so happened that this lady doesn't even know who was her great grandmother. She came saying that, uh, you have a curse. I will remove it in 12 months, and then your family will settle down the way they have to settle down, because that family is going through a lot of pain because of the father. Okay. So people, I mean, our ancestors are always watching us. Our ancestors take birth again to protect us. We take birth again in the same family or in the other family, because we are not only this generation, right? We are also different soul groups and different generations, different lives. So many things would come, and we choose where to protect, we choose where to poke, we choose where to bring about the lessons that our descendants have to learn, or our ancestors will take birth like us also. Maybe, I don't know, I am my great grandfather or great grandmother who has taken birth again to do this holistic healing hypnotherapy. I don't know. So, such things happen. And towards the end, so what in just holistic healing hypnotherapy consists of all these things based upon your need and based upon what is required for that soul. And towards the end of every session, there will be a divine dialogue, meaning we are here as a soul. In hypnosis, we will be a soul form. We are the best healers for ourselves. When we are in the soul form, when we are in the soul form, we know that we know that we can access the divine very easily. And this divine is nothing but our higher selves, or all the people, or all the energies that we believe in. Day before yesterday, in one of the sessions, we didn't even know that Balaji was their home god. He came, meaning the person who is lying down there, that energy will come and they start speaking like, I am Balaji, I am their soul, their home god. Okay, and then they speak, saying that these are the instructions for them. I am healing so and so person, I am healing so and so karma, I am, this is what they have to do to come out of this. And such kind of instructions will come. There will be a divine dialogue. So is it really worth doing this sessions? Yes, definitely, because it is life transforming. And if you see, it's a complete package in why this is why I call it as holistic healing hypnotherapy, because in most of the different modalities of hypnosis, only part of it is covered. But we have designed our own technique in such a way that everything gets covered, and people get benefited from everything that they have to pick up, and that is relevant for the soul. So this is why it's a complete package. It's just not one thing like, past life and divine dialogue, or inner child plus divine dialogue. No. If it needs all of them, it happens all of them. If the soul needs only part of them, this part of the things would happen to them. Okay, so this is holistic healing hypnotherapy. And what I would say is, who can or who cannot do these sessions? Who can do these sessions? Everybody can do these sessions. But who do not, who should not do these sessions is people with predefined mindset. Okay, without any surrenderance to uh, to the divine, I call it here, and who do not believe in themselves should not do this session. Okay, and who have psychological issues, severe psychological issues like any psychosomatic disorders, should avoid doing this session. But what to do for them? For them, we have called trans mediums, meaning people who have done thousands of sessions or hundreds of sessions for themselves and for others, meaning they will access the person who cannot go into trance. For example, if I cannot go into trance, there is somebody who offers for me to go into trance. They are called trance mediums. They go into trance on my behalf and they access my soul, and they give me my past life, and they access the divine for me, and then the guidance is given to me. So that process can also happen with us. That is called trance medium hypnosis. And people like, kids 15 years and below should not be doing these sessions, because it's very dangerous, or because they're not fully ready for these sessions. And I will not also suggest too much of elders, like people, very old citizens, like beyond 75, 70. I will not suggest. But there are people who have done at the age of 70 to 73 also, mm, safely. But there are only a couple of cases. I will not suggest for them. All these trans medium sessions would help. And those who come with preconceived notions, like, the victim mindset, they think that they are the victims. That's it. They want to blame others. That's it. They are not open for learning. For them, these sessions are not suggested, because when they go into trance, they cook up a story and tell. That favors them. That is not right. They they go into trance, but they are not completely in trance. I'll get to know that. How are they into trance? How deeply have they gone? I'll get to know that. And for them, I'll immediately wake them up and I'll say, you will get a trance medium to do this session. You are not going into the session, because they're not open. They are not surrendered. And and second thing is, to understand these sessions is very important, because once things might come which are not in favor. So to understand why is it coming, to understand, like, what has caused these kind of instructions for me, if you listen to the session again and again, you will come into an understanding why such instructions are coming. And then When you work on them, there are people who have seen life transformations. Okay. And who can come into these sessions? When the soul is ready. It's not like, this is we don't give ads anywhere. It's all on mouth publicity, because only those whose soul is ready to unlock their ability, whose soul is ready to unlock their gifts, will come into the sessions. So this is what how you should approach to this session. Like, you should be an open source. You should be uh, patient and ready to let go, seek forgiveness, come out of that victim mode. All these things are needed to take these sessions. Okay. And yeah, what happens? How to take these sessions? First, whoever comes, we talk to them for 30 minutes. Like, this is called first interaction, and then we know that, are they really going to take the session. Within 30 minutes, a gist of their problems and all these things that we talk. And after that, we give the slot, maybe in this month or next month. Like that, we publish the calendar and we give the slot. Until we give the slot, we ask them to make themselves ready for the session. How to make themselves ready for the session? There is something called inner work and water alchemy. We give inner work, like, depends on person to person. Usually we give one set of instructions or meditation processes for some. For some, we give only affirmations. But water alchemy is needed. I'll tell you about this water alchemy and inner work in detail when we talk about these sessions in the next upcoming sessions, if possible. So that happens every day. You will have to do that for 45 minutes or 30 minutes or 15 minutes is also okay, but you will have to do that. Okay, and once you do that, you will have to post in the group that this is done. Inner work done, water alchemy done for today. So we check, like, if you're ready, then we prepone the session and we do the session also. Deep interaction on life events. Now we know the problem. We need to understand deeply about what had happened in your life, because we look from a different perspective, because we are a third party for you, looking your life like a movie, right? We don't get involved. We understand what is the actual issue, but what you are feeling may or may not be different. Okay. And that happens for 1 to 3 hours. And then all these things doesn't happen on a single day. It happens gradually, day after day, or within a week. Okay. And then before session, that's pre-talk, main session, and post-talk happens within the session, within one go. Okay. And pre-talk, like when the session is going to commence, we talk about what is the session all about, how do you approach the session again. And the main session happens, we put you into trance, and then it will happen for 1 to 3 hours based on your accessing the information. And post talk, debrief, what had happened in the session, what are the instructions that had come to you, what you have to do, all these things will follow up. So this is about pre-talk and post-talk of the sessions. And yeah, there are so many happy stories. If you have any Q&A, you can go ahead. Otherwise, I'll go to the program.
Sylvia ji, just complete your
Yeah.
program
So
overview,
this is the best
and then we'll
offer.
take a Q&A.
Yeah, sure. So this is the best offer that we could give you. The offer is like this. We usually charge 21 to 25,000 also per session. But for this platform, we are offering 11,000. Now, if you see, there are different processes across India and across the world. These processes are quite prevalent, and people charge around 600 USD to 2,000 USD for one session, whereas within India also we have seen that it is 25,000 to 40,000 per session. But we think that this should be reached out to every person who can afford. I mean, this can be done in part payments as well, which is what we offer for you. And the offer is 11,000 per session. Per session, as in the entirety of it, the entirety of 6 to 7 hours that will take within a week or within 1 or 2 days, something like that. So this is where I want to stop.
Great, Siljaji. Thank you so much for enlightening us.
Thank you.
Uh, those
If you
who
have
have
any
any questions,
questions,
yeah, those who have any questions, you can unmute yourselves and you can ask the questions. You can raise your hand and you can ask one after another.
if you don't understand also is also good, but
Yeah,
asking
hello.
questions, yeah. Yeah, Deepak ji,
Yeah,
you're echoing.
yeah, just one second. I'll close the other one. Yeah, is it clear now?
Hmm.
Yeah, madam, this per session 11,000,
Hmm.
I understood. So, for what problem should one take hypnotism?
Anything.
Oh, if you can define something.
Yeah, it is like for relationships. So we have spoken about relationships. We have physical issues, diseases, mental issues, and the other thing is financial issues. And those who are not able to conceive, they also can take this. And anything, I mean, there is no limitations to the problems. Like if you have any issue, open.
Okay, then how many sittings would be required?
Ideally, I would say one is enough. For the rare cases, it will be two or three. But when the following sessions will not be, 11,000, uh, it will be slightly less for 2 and 3 sessions. Okay.
Okay, and each session will be how much time?
Each session, the first thing, like, for the first session, it takes 6 to 7 hours, but it will not be in a single day. It will be like today we have first interaction. Now we are talking, right? After tomorrow, we may have deep interaction. And after that, you will start writing your questions, what you want to achieve from the session. And then we'll discuss those questions before the session. That is the pre talk. And then we go into the session and after the session. So all this time will take 6 to 7 hours, and that will be split between 2 to 3 days.
Okay, between 2 to 3 days, then it will take 6 hours. Let's say 2 hours each every day,
2 hours
approximately.
each. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Mm.
Yeah. It depends. Like, for
Mm.
some people, it is like um, for the deep interaction, you will have to discuss about the main events of your life. For some people, that itself has to taken 2 days. Maybe for some, it takes 10 hours also. But
Mhm.
on an average, it's 6 to 7 hours.
And this first session of 6 hours, 2 to 3 days, will be charged at 11,000
Yes.
combined.
Combined.
Okay. And it will take care of sleep also to make it deeper.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay. Thank
Deepak
you,
ji.
madam. Thank you.
Thank you. Uh, I think somebody from my team has raised her hand. Nilima, do you want to share anything? Would you want to stop recording?
Siljaji, you want me to stop the recording?
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Okay,
because if somebody wants to share and they don't want to be on YouTube, is good.
okay.
Yeah, they can directly share your experiences.